Hey there. Ready for a deep dive into some seriously cool domains?
I'm ready.
We're about to see how names are going beyond just being catchy
Okay.
and how they're using the power of Bitcoin to really shake things up across different industries.
I like it.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So we've got a bunch of sources on domains like btc.catering and btc.reisen. Have you ever heard of
I've
those?
seen those around, yeah.
They're not your usual web addresses, that's for sure.
Definitely not.
They're really hinting at a whole new wave of businesses
Yeah.
who are finding ways to integrate Bitcoin in some really, really creative ways.
For sure. Very cool.
So what's interesting to me is that these domains,
Yeah.
they seem to connect instantly with a tech-savvy audience.
Absolutely.
People who really get Bitcoin and are excited about it.
Yeah, they get it. They know what it means.
It's like they're talking directly to Bitcoin fans.
100%.
So let's kick things off with btc.catering.
Okay. Yeah.
This isn't just about ordering a sandwich online anymore.
No.
This is about completely rethinking the whole catering experience
Right.
with Bitcoin at the center of it all.
I like it.
So imagine a world where you could use Bitcoin to book caterers,
Okay.
to pay for those big events,
Yeah.
even tip the servers.
Right.
And it's all backed up by that security and transparency of blockchain.
Yeah, that's the key, right?
That's the kind of future that btc.catering seems to be pointing to.
It's a whole new world.
It's like you're building a whole ecosystem, right?
Right.
Within the catering industry.
Yeah.
But it's all built on Bitcoin principles.
Bitcoin all the way down.
Exactly, Bitcoin all the way down. And while we're talking about experiences,
Okay.
let's hop over to btc.reisen. That's travel, for those of us who don't speak German.
Right. Right.
This domain really highlights how much Bitcoin is being used in the travel world now.
It's huge. Growing all the time.
Imagine booking your flights, your hotels, even your whole vacation package.
Yeah.
All with Bitcoin.
All on Bitcoin.
That's the kind of freedom and flexibility that btc.reisen is all about.
It makes you wonder, what else could we be doing with this?
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
What other industries are ready for that Bitcoin makeover?
Right.
Well, get this. We've even got btc.plumbing in our sources.
btc.plumbing.
Really?
Yes.
Who would have thought?
I never would have put those two together.
It really makes you think about all the ways Bitcoin could be used, even in those traditional jobs.
For sure, it challenges all our assumptions.
Exactly.
It shows you just how much potential Bitcoin has to streamline those everyday transactions
Yeah.
and make things way more transparent, even in those industries that haven't really changed much.
Right.
Think about it, paying your plumber instantly and securely with Bitcoin.
No more waiting for checks to clear.
Exactly. No
Yeah.
more paper invoices, no more chasing down late payments.
It just makes sense.
It's like they're dragging plumbing into the digital age.
Dragging it, kicking and screaming.
Kicking and screaming, exactly.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin's the one doing the dragging.
It's the catalyst.
Totally.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, there's more.
We've got btc.wedding
Okay.
and btcs.poker.
Wow.
Talk about two completely different worlds.
Right.
Both jumping on the Bitcoin domain bandwagon.
It's amazing how adaptable it is.
It really is.
What I find really cool is how these domains really tap into those core values of Bitcoin.
You got it.
Security, transparency, that decentralization.
That's all there.
It's built right in.
Built in.
So picture this. You're planning your wedding,
Okay.
and all your vendors accept Bitcoin.
Right.
Those transactions are secure, they're smooth,
Yeah.
and you could even use blockchain to manage the whole thing, all the contracts, the logistics, everything.
That would make things so much easier.
It really would.
So btc.wedding, it's about making one of the biggest days of your life.
Yeah.
More modern, more secure.
That's a powerful statement.
It really is.
And then on the flip side, you've got btcs.poker.
Right. Completely different vibe.
To-
But it speaks to how much online gaming is growing.
It's massive.
And people want a platform where they can play poker with Bitcoin.
Yeah. And they know it's secure and transparent.
They want that trust.
Absolutely.
It's like creating a trusted online casino
yeah,
for poker lovers all over the world who prefer using crypto.
it's brilliant. It's like if Bitcoin can work in catering, travel, plumbing, weddings, and even poker.
Right. The possibilities are endless.
What else is out there? What are the possibilities?
It's really exciting to think about.
It's mind-blowing, really.
These domains, they're not just web addresses.
No, they're not.
They're glimpses into the future.
Absolutely.
Where Bitcoin is just part of our daily lives.
I love that.
Seamlessly integrated.
Seamlessly. I love it.
It's going to be amazing to see where this all goes.
It really is.
You know, we always hear about Bitcoin with like finance and tech, right?
Right. It's always those big things.
But these domains, they're showing us that Bitcoin can change even the oldest industries.
For sure. And it's more than just accepting Bitcoin as payment, isn't it?
So much more.
It's about using that technology underneath to create systems that are more efficient, more transparent.
Definitely.
Just better all around,
100%.
Let's take btc.catering, for example.
Okay.
Imagine, like, smart contracts
Mm.
automatically paying vendors and staff
Right?
based on rules you set beforehand.
Wow.
So everyone gets paid fairly, right, when they're supposed to.
That takes care of a lot of headaches right there.
Exactly. Or what about using blockchain to track where ingredients come from?
Oh, wow.
So people know their food is good quality, ethically sourced, all that.
That is huge.
It's like a whole new level of trust, right?
Transparency and accountability,
Yeah.
like we were saying before.
Exactly.
And that same idea, that trust and transparency,
Yeah.
it applies to other domains too, like btc.reisen.
Travel.
Right. Imagine booking your trip.
Yeah.
And it's all recorded on a blockchain.
Huh?
No way for someone to mess with it. No double bookings, nothing.
That'll be amazing. No more stressing about those reservations. No more shady booking agents.
Exactly. And speaking of trust,
Yeah.
btc.plumbing, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Think about it.
I'm trying to.
Every service call, every repair, every single payment
Yeah.
tracked and recorded on a blockchain.
So you have a record of everything.
Everything for both the customer and the plumber.
That's incredible. It's a built-in reputation system.
That's exactly what it is. You could see a plumber's entire history.
Do you even call them?
Exactly. Talk about trust and accountability.
That would change the game.
Completely.
Wow.
And then there's btcs.poker.
Okay, poker.
Blockchain can make things fair.
How so?
Every hand dealt, every bet, every win, every loss, it's all on the blockchain.
So there's no cheating.
None. It's all right there, completely transparent.
That would get rid of a lot of the hesitation people have with online poker.
Absolutely. And then we have btc.wedding.
Weddings. That's an interesting one.
Right. Sounds strange at first.
It does.
But think about all the money involved in a wedding.
That's true. There's a lot of transactions happening.
Deposits, payments to all sorts of vendors, gifts.
So Bitcoin could make all that smoother and safer.
Exactly. Imagine smart contracts managing those wedding contracts.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Payments are automatic, sent to the vendors when they've done their job.
That would simplify things so much.
No more chasing down invoices.
No more worrying about checks getting lost in the mail.
Exactly. Stress-free.
A dream come true for couples planning their wedding.
For sure.
It really feels like these BTC domains are changing how we see Bitcoin,
Totally. They're pushing the boundaries.
Like it can really have an impact.
And what's amazing is how adaptable it is.
Right.
It's not just for tech anymore. It's everywhere.
It's becoming part of our everyday lives.
Exactly.
And it always comes back to that trust and transparency.
To what people want.
That's the foundation.
For sure.
So we've talked about btc.catering, btc.reisen, btc.plumbing, even btc.wedding, and btcs.poker.
Quite the variety.
It's a lot. Where do we even go from here? What does this mean for the future of domains, do you think?
I think we're just getting started, honestly.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me more.
We're going to see even more of these industry-specific domains, I bet.
Okay.
Ones that really leverage the power of Bitcoin.
Makes sense.
They create a community,
Yeah, a community with shared values.
Exactly.
Like each one is its own little world.
That's a great way to put it, like little ecosystems.
Right.
But it's all part of this bigger movement online.
Towards
More control for users,
decentralization.
Exactly. And these domains, they're not just addresses.
They're like a statement.
Yes.
A commitment.
A new way of doing things.
Innovation, transparency, the future of online transactions.
It's exciting.
It really is.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from all of this? Pay attention to these domains.
Okay, they're important.
They're not just some passing trend.
They're here to stay.
They're a sign of what's to come.
The future of Bitcoin.
And how it's changing everything.
It's blurring the lines between like the digital world and the real world.
Exactly.
And Bitcoin is becoming a core part of how we live our lives.
That's what's so exciting about it.
It really is an exciting time.
For sure.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of BTC domains.
Thanks for having me.
Until next time, keep exploring.